Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Aquarian Mind podcast. Today is podcast episode number 308. I'm your host, Jamel Crothers. It's Wednesday Motivation and Inspiration, and today we're talking about focusing on your own vision. So crucial, so important, because comparison is the thief of joy. I think I said that in a podcast not too long ago, but I will reiterate it because maybe you didn't listen to that podcast. So, what's happening in today's world is we are too focused on others, right? We're all guilty of it at some point. I've done it. I've gotten way better at it because I know that my competition is myself, and I don't mind that. But we tend to look at people's success and we see the materialistic things and we see, this lavish lifestyle, whatever celebrity or athlete or actor or actress that you may take a liking to or love or whatever the case is. Or we're just looking at just in general, like our friends, our family members, they're moving along in their lives and they're accomplishing all of these great things. And you start to feel like you're behind in the process. Like, what about me? Or what happened? Or did the universe forget about me? Or God? Or my guardian angels? Whatever you believe in. And I used to go through that myself. I used to say, God, what's going on here? Like, I'm a good person. Did I do something wrong? Like, am I being penalized for something I did in my life? Sorry if that's the case, right? You're not behind in life. We're too busy wanting validation from others when we should want validation from ourselves and from, God and who we believe in, right? And when we lose focus on our own vision, we're focused on things that don't matter. So what's the best thing to do with that is to really sit down and assess what you want out of life and what necessary steps you need to take to get to the life that you want, right? Because I had to do that. I had to look in the mirror at myself and say, okay, well, you don't want to live here in New York anymore. And you want to live on the West Coast. You want to live in nice weather. You want to have your own place. You want to be able to, be in the outdoors more. You want to be able to play basketball whenever you want. You want to be able to get on a bike and do whatever you do, go ride your bike whenever you want. So I took the necessary steps, right? 2020, we all got sent home. We're locked down. I can't go in the gym no more. I go through this depression, anxiety. So I was like, okay, well, let's start with getting therapy first. Went through therapy. And along, the year I was saving. Tons of money because look, I live in New York. So think about the cost of taking trains every day to work, right? Or taking Ubers or whatever the case is. So I'm stacking my money. I'm still paying, rent, where I'm living and things like that. But I knew what I wanted to do. My vision became bigger than me. And at the end of 2020, I moved to Arizona and I got my own place and everything was on me, right? Paying rent, paying utilities, buying food, paying, all of these things, right? But I was prepared for it. And that's what you have to do for yourself. You've got to prepare yourself for the journey that you are going to be on. Because everyone's journey is different. No one's journey is the same. It may be similar, but it won't be exactly the same. Everyone's journey is different. Everyone experiences things differently. Like a prime example of this is there are two current NBA players that are twins, and they got drafted one after the other in the first round back at the end of June. And one's going to the Houston Rockets and one's going to the Detroit Pistons. Don't worry about the teams. If you're not an NBA fan, that's fine. I'm just giving a story of this. Now, they've played together since, they were a young age. They played in high school. They played, on a semi-pro team before they, got drafted into the NBA. But their experiences were different, right? Their perspectives of their journey to get to the NBA are different. Their perspectives are different. And that's a good thing, right? They played together their whole life, and now they're gonna be living in different cities. Their experiences were different, right? And if you were to go and listen to their interviews, their vision and their focus and their goals were different. And that's the main point of it. So continue to focus on your own vision. Don't worry about what everyone else is doing. Don't worry about where one person is or how did that person get to that place or whatever the case is. Focus on your own vision. Be diligent in what you're trying to do. Hone in on your craft. Hone in on what's important to you. Not what's important to the world, not what the world wants you to do, not what society portrays certain things to be. Worry about you. That is going to be the game changer. And the minute you decide that you are going to worry about yourself, everything changes. Like, you will get to a place where it's like, well, whoever supports me, great, and whoever doesn't, oh well. They'll see where I am when, I get to where I'm supposed to be. And whatever that vision is, hold on to it and don't tell the whole world. Tell very few people. I'm learning that myself a lot more. I don't tell people a lot of things anymore. A lot of it is the results showing at the end, right? And I'm not the person that likes to toot my own horn and all that stuff, but the work is the work. The grind is the grind. And every once in a while, you've got to say, well, this is me, this is my work, this is what I'm doing, and this is what I'm focused on. And I give people the brief synopsis of what I do. I don't give the whole breakdown of things because I'm not open to telling everybody what I'm doing. And that's a good thing, right? So we need to break out of focusing on others. We need to break out of the bad habit of comparing our lives to other people's. Because everyone's mindsets and goals and things that they want to do, they're all different. And I want you guys to be in a good mindset when you're going through your journey. You're gonna hit a couple of bumps in the road. You're gonna, have to jump a few hurdles, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That's part of it. There's no straight line to the end or to the finish line. There isn't. I always compare, a journey to running a race, but you have to jump over the hurdles. So if you've ever watched track and field and you've watched the 110 meter race with all of those hurdles that you have to jump and then still get to the finish line, think about it that way. That's pretty much what your life is jumping those hurdles and obstacles to get to where you want to be. And those hurdles, each hurdle that you have to jump can be anything. It can be negativity. It could be negative people. It could be the corporate job that you're at. It can be like, going through, a couple of financial struggles. Whatever it is, that's what those hurdles are. And you got to continue to jump over them. That is what's going to get you to the finish line. And it's not about necessarily winning the race all the time. It's about finishing the race, right? even the 400 hurdles. You run, then you got to jump. You run and run and run, and then you got to jump again. And then you run a little bit more, and then you got to jump again. And that's what it is. That's what life is for the most part. But just don't make it a fast race all the time. Make it a marathon. It's worth it in the end when you put in the time, the work, the dedication, the years, the grind, because then you have a story to tell. You have a story to tell people that this is what I went through and this is my journey and you can do it too. That's why it takes so long to get to where you want to be. So keep that in mind. With that said, that's my podcast for today. Thank you guys for listening. As always, theaquarianmindpodcast.com is the website. Be good, everyone, and go accomplish your goals.